friends, I know it's been about a million years since you've seen me film a tutorial on my channel, but I bought a few things recently that I'm in love with and I just had to share with you. One of which being this very overpriced, very expensive, but very beautiful lipstick. This is Estee Lauder. This is the Kendall Jenner shade. They marketed it as like a peony shade, like a bright pop, or maybe a poppy shade. Either way, it's $3.40 Restless, and just listen. It's a magnet, can't get enough. Love it, I think it's gorgeous. It's a matte shade. I typically don't go towards mattes, but this is a really nice formula. So anyways, I also use the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette, which has been my absolute favorite recently. So I just wanted to bring you guys this tutorial. If you would like to see more of me, then definitely hit subscribe down below and leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. And here we go. So to get started, I'm going to use this Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. Trust me on this one, I talk about it in my latest favorites, and Nikki tutorials will not stop ranting about it, but basically it has glycerin in it, which makes your foundation stick to your skin. So I'm just taking a little bit of that all over the face as the primer. For foundation, I'm going to mix these two Lumi shades from L'Oreal. I don't think any one of them necessarily matches me perfectly. This foundation is pretty sheer as far as foundations go. I believe that's just my very brief experience with it, but I'm just using my beauty blender to apply that foundation all over my face. To further perfect my skin, I'm going to use this Tarte Creaseless, I think it's the Maracuja oil concealer, just taking it underneath my eyes first with my finger, and then later on I believe I grab a little brush just to kind of further buff that in. It's a really, really nice concealer. You need the tiniest amount of it to completely cover your under eyes. To perfect the rest of the face, I'm just grabbing this concealer by Maybelline. This is the Fit Me concealer. So just taking it over spots that the foundation didn't completely get. So side of the face, a little bit on the chin, and a tiny bit on my rosy cheeks. To buff that in, again, I'm just grabbing this not my Real Techniques brush. This is a Beauty Blender. Beauty Blender is kind of unbelievable. I absolutely love it. I rediscovered it, and I think it's the perfect tool. To set my under eyes, I'm going to grab this color from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and my e.l.f. blush brush just to set that concealer underneath. This is a pinker shade. I think the banana powder is a little bit too dark for me, but it's really nice. For the rest of my face, I'm just grabbing my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. It's getting a little bit warmer here in New England, so I feel like I need to set my face with a little bit of powder, so just taking a tiny bit of that. And then for brows, I'm going to use my Anastasia Brow Wiz. I think this is in shade Dark Brown, so just combing through, lightly filling them in any sparse areas, and then I'm just going to brush them through again. I really like this product. I feel like it's pretty difficult to go overboard, and even if you do, it's really easy to remove. Next, I'm taking this gorgeous, expensive palette by Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm just going to take that Sculpt shade and use it to sculpt my cheekbones a tiny, tiny bit. So applying that and then buffing it out. I really like this shade. I think it's nice. It's a little bit warm, but overall, I think it's an absolutely beautiful powder. So in addition to taking that underneath the cheekbones, I'm going to drag a little bit underneath my jawline as well, and then just take it on the hairline. This is just going to further sculpt out the face. Just grabbing a big brush to buff that all in because we do not want a single harsh line. I'm then going to grab that shade again on this Makeup Geek Fluffy brush and put that in my eye. So I just kind of wanted to highlight the versatility of this palette. You can use it a bunch of different ways. So this highlight shade, as you can see, I'm going to throw that on top of my cheekbones, and I'm also going to place it on the eye as well. I think that this shade is gorgeous. It says it's supposed to give a candlelit glow, and I completely agree with that. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So here you can see that I'm placing it all over my mobile lid and then in the inner corner as well. Even in looks where I'm not using it on the lid, I'll put it in the inner corner, and it's a beautiful highlight. So this was just a little reassessment dance, grabbing a little bit extra of that color and just putting it in my inner corners. And then I'm grabbing the Sculpt shade once again and just placing it on my lower lash line. Believe it or not, on tiny eyes, this is going to help open up your eyeball. And then I'm just going to grab this, I think this is by Stila. It's their Lionfish liner, so just taking that and dragging it underneath my eyes for a little added definition. For the eyelashes, we're just going to use one coat of this L'Oreal mascara. Really nice. It's the full and soft, so it still feels like you have eyelashes without being too cray-cray. And then I'm going to apply these lashes and use the House of Lashes glue. I'm not sure exactly which ones I use, but I'll leave them in the down bar. Then I'm taking this red lip liner by NYX, and then of course the star of the show, this beautiful Estee Lauder lipstick, which I'm applying straight from the bullet, and then I'm going to grab a little brush and kind of buff it in to the lips as well. Lisa Eldridge has a really great tutorial on how to make red lips last. So this was just one final reassessment. I realized I needed a little bit of blush, so this is by Milani. This is the Rose d'Oro blush. It's supposed to be a dupe for Warm Soul. Don't know that it is, but it is beautiful. So anyways, this is the final look. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I will see you guys again very soon.